excuse my mess, guys, but right now, right now I got the perfect example of a valve body that is a fucking mint. All of your clout chasing ass dumb fucks on YouTube that are building these 47, 48 REs, they're not showing you this because a lot of the people that are building these aren't even smart enough to comprehend this shit, or they just don't give a fuck and they want your money. So I'm gonna show you what you absolutely 110% need to check when you're building a 46, 47, 48, 47 RH, any of them. So you're gonna need a 3 CFM vacuum pump, Sonic's vacuum test block. You can make your own. If you guys are interested in just making your own one of these, I'll find the fucking video, whatever. But this is the brain of your transmission. I don't care how well you build it, what clutches you use, what billet fucking parts you got. If these valve bores are worn, the thing's gonna be erratic, and it'll be erratic as fuck, and it'll be really hard to diagnose. And then you're gonna get on the internet, and you're just gonna ask a bunch of these dumb people on the internet what these symptoms could be, and they're gonna tell you to fix this, this, and this. No one's gonna say vacuum test a valve body. So let's fire this fucker up. Now, first thing we're gonna do is calibrate. We're gonna calibrate this. So you're gonna take your, I didn't prepare for this video, so I'm just trying to show y'all. I'm gonna go to your calibrate port. Now, you're gonna want 5 inches HG right here. And then when you plug this hole right here, you're gonna want 25. So we're gonna, we'll back this one off a little bit. Hang on. It's hard as hell to do this with one hand. That's money, dude. Alright, so we're going to pull it out of here. And then we're going to go to our Sonic's plate. Now, each one of these little rectangles areas that I'm going to be vacuum testing, they have to have a minimum of 15 inches HG. Anything to the right of 15 is a very worn out bore. Now this valve body I've already gone through and overhauled it, but we're gonna watch our gauge here. Now we're testing our 4-spool switch valve, pressure regulator valve, and then our TV valve, and then our kick down valve and sleeve. So, and then this is your boost valve right here. Now, yeah, you see our boost valve. That's exceptional. Next one. Exceptional. This one right here is a dummy, so you go to this one. Minimum is 15, guys. Just so you know, I'm not deadheading it. This is what you get with a quality, professionally built valve body. Now we're testing every one of these up here, every one of those right there. These two right here, we're gonna test together. This one you can't, this next one you can't, so you're gonna go right here. If your transmission has converter drain back, this is what you're gonna wanna make sure seals good right here. I mean, we're at the minimum spec. This check ball right here is fucking with me. Yeah, if I hold the plate down, we're at minimum spec there, which is fine. It's hard to get that area to seal really well. Now let's go to the last one. Exceptional. So our pressure regulator valves hold the whole line up with the boost valve. It's fucking money, dude. So now we're gonna go to our 4-spool switch valve. Exceptional. A fucking mint. Next one. Now this one right here, you got to test together, which I already showed you. I couldn't get that one to read. Okay, so now we know our four-land switch valve fucking sealing good, pressure regulator valve sealing good, boost valve, line pressure plug and sleeve right here, those are sealing good. Now we just gotta check our our fucking throttle valve, kickdown valve, and sleeve. Now remember, you gotta do these two at the same time, because this one and this one is connected. There's a chart on this shit. I can pull it up if you guys want it. It's on the Sonics website. Now, on the let's use one of my cores right here. You also need to vacuum test these areas right here. This is your overdrive boost lineup right here. Now, if you're pressure testing your fucking transmission at the accumulator port and you're not getting TC line rise, like when you're hitting third lockup or overdrive and your line pressure is not coming up, you're gonna probably have some worn out shit going on here, or you're gonna want to look at this bore in the pressure regulator valve bore, because that's connected to the TCC boost valve lineup. Now the other stuff really isn't as critical. Like your governor board, these usually test a little low. I haven't really noticed an issue with that. A couple mods we've done to this right here. This is a 48 RE. We've got this little China wall drilled right here for a quicker 2 to 3 shift. Transgo TFRE Pro kit. If I pull this valve out right here, you see how that I drilled a 85 thou hole right there. That gives you a quite a bit firmer TCC lockup, torque converter lockup. I also the plate that goes right here, I drilled that hole out to 0.085 as well. It's all just, you know, simple shit. But I just wanted to show you guys that, because these people get on YouTube and they're acting like they're building these badass transmissions. They're not telling you the important shit you need to know. Now, excuse my fucking mess. Excuse my language if you're a little pansy. Don't even watch my videos. I know where all this shit is as long as no one touches the shit. But yeah, anyway. Doing some other shit in here. I gotta take a day and clean. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that. Stack of 48 pumps right there, unobtainium. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to know, let me know and I'll tell you exactly what you want to know. There are no secrets. I now have the camera storage abilities that I'm gonna start making some assembly videos for you guys. So I'll show you anything you want to know. I specialize in engine building. Might not look like it, but we got a D&J Enforcer here that I've just went through. This 5.9 is it's gonna get gone through. I'm just knocking out some trans builds here and there. I've been getting a hell of 47s and 48s flocking in here, overwhelming the shit out of me. So, but yeah, I just want to show you guys that if you're gonna be doing more than one of these, or you're working on your truck that you're keeping for a while, this is like 250 bucks. That's like on eBay, I think I paid 56 bucks for that thing. Harbor Freight carries them for like 150. It's worth getting the stuff. That way you can confirm this shit's good, because I mean, the only other way is like you can send it to me and I'll check it for you. I don't give a fuck. If you want me to vacuum test this stuff, I won't even charge you. Just send it to me. But or you gotta buy a fucking $1,500 valve body. Like, these things are getting crazy in price, like from like Muldoon's, fucking Suncoast, what, you know, you name it. And all they're doing, like on this one's testing so good because this valve's oversized, this valve's oversized, this valve's oversized. I don't have the stock size ones to show you, but this valve, the inner valve, the boost valve, plug and sleeve with the O-ring, all this stuff's 20 thousandths bigger than factory. Now what I do, it takes some special tooling, but all these bores are reamed out perfectly. Of course, I can't even get to the damn reams, but the reams are extremely expensive. But yeah, like right here, that's one of them. This is one of them just for lining up the bench jig or whatever to give you perfectly centered. But yeah, these two right here just for your TV valve are $300, and you only get about 50 reams out of them before they're fucking junk. So yeah, that's why the guys are charging so much for these valve bodies. But when you're building one of these, make sure the damn thing's perfectly flat. Get you some granite, get you some 400 grit, flat sand every living thing you can on these. When you're taking these valve bodies apart, it will pay off in the end. You got to have everything flat sanded, the end plates, any of the housings. Take your time. You could build your own valve body just as good as any of these other guys are doing it. They're not doing nothing crazy. You know, most of the hype over like these guys like Muldoons or whoever, that's just because they build a really good full manual valve body, which also isn't hard. It's just you got to start with something that vacuum tests really good. Like this one, worn pressure regulator bore. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to oversize the PR bore right here. For shits and gigs, let's see what the stock size 4-spool switch valve on this worn out housing vacuum test set. So you guys seen how this one was testing all above 20. This one's probably not too bad, huh? This one's not really worn out yet. Oh yeah, we got one that's not sealing, not even moving the gauge. That one's a little below spec, which these little numbers make a big difference. That's definitely below spec. So this one and this one are below spec. That one ain't even registering. And that last one right there is what gives you your TCC line pressure rise when you hit overdrive. So like I think I had a problem with this one where it fucking I wasn't getting enough pressure rise in 4th gear or overdrive lockup. And it was slipping the converter. It was slipping a brand new converter because it wasn't going from 130 psi to 185 like it should. The wear in that valve body will do that. Also, your overdrive section of your valve body, there's also a couple spots you could pressure. You could vacuum test on this piece right here. You are going to want to vacuum test, I believe, this area. And then for sure this area right here. Now if you're not vacuum testing well in these areas, like the sonic site will tell you where to check. You got big problems. Now you're gonna want to check for cracking. The overdrive section of these valve bodies, they like to crack in little stupid areas. There's a little 30 thou orifice here, 10 thou orifice there, 10 thou right there. Make sure those aren't clogged. If those are clogged, you got problems. When you're running your lockup and overdrive gasket right here, use the gasket that has the screens built into them like that. Don't use the gasket that's wide the fuck open. I don't know why they set you up for failure almost in these damn kits they send you, because they'll send you one of these, which is exactly what you want, and then they'll send you one that's the same thing but without screens. You know, and if you don't know any better, I mean, you'll put the one without the screens in there, and then you're getting contaminants right into either the fucking solenoids or, you know, however it works. But a lot of times you'll see debris clogging up these holes, which obviously is going to give you some fucking issues. Transgo Pro Kit, 0.125 thou, 0.125 thou. And then on the, actually no, 0.140, 0.125. This is your 2 to 3, 2 to 3. And then that little bit smaller one right here, that's your 1 to 2. Right at the tip of my finger is your 1 to 2, the little small guy. Now, if you want a little bit crisper 2 to 3, you can leave this check ball out right here. I like to do it, you know, but I mean, This one's going to be for heavy hauling, hot shotting. It doesn't need to really have really jarring shifts, even though that's how I like to set them up personally. You know, but not everyone's manly like I am, I guess. I like my 48s to shift really fucking firm, really quick. You know, and when you get one of these from me, one of these transmissions from me, it's definitely going to be firm and quick, but I'll dial it down a little bit. You know, that's the only way to really warranty these things pretty well. Like, I can't offer a 3-year warranty if you can't feel any of the shifts, because if you can't feel a shift occurring, that means you're just slipping, going from second gear to third gear. It's all just slipping and not shifting quick enough. I like the shifts to be crisp, firm, quick. The quicker, you know, the shift, the less it's going to slip. You know, if you got your whole transit part, you're going to want to definitely, no matter what, get the damn stator support machine or face on a lathe. Maybe 9 times out of 10, if I got 10 of these, 9 of them are going to need to be faced. Like, these are almost never flat. Now, if you got wear in the pump area and it's a 48 pump, by the way, while we're talking about pumps, you know it's a 48 pump if you got your vent here and there's a rectangle ledge. 47s don't have that rectangle ledge. What? That's a 48 pump, actually. 48 pump, let's see. Oh yeah, so we got a 47 pump here. You won't see that ledge that you got right there on a 47 pump. Easiest way. Otherwise, you can count the lobes, blah, 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 blah. 48 pump's got 10 lobes. I can go on and on, guys. But, yeah, I just figured I'll get you guys a new video out. Really fucking important. Before you do anything else when you're building one of these, this is step 1. Start with a good foundation. Good valve body. And a lot of you can buy a valve body from all these people online, and a lot of times they're sending you something they don't even know tests good because they don't have the shit. Who wants to spend $400 on this stuff to test a valve body when they can just sell you a valve body and then usually everything works out? But occasionally you'll get one that's really worn out. I'll find one. I got a couple around here that don't test well at all, and they all have less than 200,000 miles on them. You know, it's hit or miss, really. But I'm sure I left a few things out. I just want to show you guys what one of those should test at. I had a perfect opportunity, one of these that was oversized. So I'll take care. All right, now I've went and got this little bit worn out valve body fucking casing right here. This is the main part of your valve body. Let me flip the damn camera so I can see. But I showed you guys how these last 3 were testing a little low. Now I went and got just a random out of the pile PR valve, pressure regulator valve. I want to show you, you know, how these wear pretty bad. Now, on some of the older Transgo kits, they have you drill a hole through this China wall right here. If there's a hole there, plug the damn thing with epoxy. Don't try to pound something into it because you'll crack it. But if there's a hole there, cross drilled through here, plug the damn thing. Otherwise, you're gonna have converter drain back no matter what you do. Which isn't fun. You have to let it sit neutral for 15 seconds. But let's fire this big bitch up. We're already calibrated, obviously. Let me zoom out. Now you see how low that's testing right there? That's not good. So now we'll go to the same spot here. See what I'm saying? Not good, my friend. Not good. Next one. Not good, my friend. Oh. Maybe it's a little good. Not good enough, though. It's not hitting 15. Yeah, like this one ain't even doing shit. But like this one, it is doing shit. You know, I'm not deadheading it, guys. I'm not making it look like fucking it's passing. You see how testing extremely low. This one's kind of tricky. Yeah. That's barely even moving it. You can hear it leaking. You can hear it leaking. That's crazy. But yeah, let's see what these ones test at. Fucking. Not too bad. Not too bad. very bad. Now, if you're getting like stacked shifts, no matter how you set your TV cable tension, this is what's going to be causing that. Because this is what gives you line pressure rise, is your boost valve circuit. Extremely low right there. Like, this is exactly to a T what I wanted to show you guys. Because, like, I can go anywhere on this valve body. This is the one I've already done. Perfect. Very good. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to check the shit, because I go right here. Barely moving the damn gauge. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not, this thing's sealing good, it's just that worn. $15's the minimum. You see what I'm saying? 15's the absolute minimum. Actually, Sonics says 18's the minimum, but Firepunk says 15. 15's the minimum that I look for. But every 1 out of 3 of these, every 1 out of 3 of these is worn like that. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. The 48 housings. This is a 47. This is a 48. You can see this one's a little darker. These ones actually wear more often than these ones. This one was fucking fucked. Like, really fucked. These ones also have the rooster comb ball develop a lot of play. The 48s do that more than the 47s. Let me shut this off so you can fucking hear what I'm saying. If it sounds like I'm breathing heavy, I'm congested as fuck. Goddamn torpedo heater heat in here. I'm broke. I can't afford that rich motherfucking heat. But yeah, depending on the year, you might have a hard anodized aluminum PR valve. Right here, it's aluminum. Some of them are steel, like these ones. This is a fucking steel hefty bitch. I don't know why they changed that. I'm not the fucking scientist here. There's a lot of drop-in repairs that the Transgo TFRE Pro kits come with. When you get the Pro kit is what you want when you're doing one of these. Don't even bother with any other shit. The Pro kit combined with a few Sonics upgrades, like from Sonics you can get these drop-in. This is a stock size Sonics 4-spool switch valve. Most of the time this will get you 5 inches more vacuum on that bore. Like if it's testing at 10, this like usually these will get you to the minimum spec you're looking for. Whenever I do a valve body, I always use these Sonics. I replace the neutral safety switch isolators. Yeah, you got to rivet them on. It's a little bit of work, guys. If you're ever in a valve body and you got like bronze check balls instead of the imodized plastic check balls, get rid of the bronze ones. They'll tear up the plate. If you got any steel check balls, get rid of the steel check balls. They'll tear up your plates. This is the oversized. This is an oversized TCC boost valve. Like if I were to need it, the one that goes under this plate right here, that's the orifice that you're gonna want to drill the 85 thou. Now people say, oh, if you have a triple dish, you don't want to drill it out that good. Well, if you have a triple dish, you're gonna have a billet flex plate and a good billet input. There's no reason why you can't have a nice and firm TCC apply. So like when I build one of these, I ain't fucking worried about it. I drill a hole here and in the housing because I run good parts. I don't rip my customers off and put stock shafts in their shit. So I'm able to make the overdrive come on real firm. Not too firm, but firm. I'm just rambling at this point. I always do bolt-in sprags on anything, even a stock one, just to cover my ass. There's nothing worse than me having to pull a damn trans out here in my driveway because I'm working my way up. I don't have a shop yet. So like if I got to come back, I'm out here in the damn cold. It's 32 degrees right now. Well, it's 38 in here. It's fucking cold outside. But yeah, if I got to pull a trans up there, I'll be pissed. So that's why I triple check every fucking thing I do in here. Because I have to. If I got to stop what I'm doing for a comeback, then I'm losing money. Because like I'm working my way up here. But sooner or later, if I keep hustling, I'll get a nice shop. But it might look like a mess, but everything it's a clusterfuck right now because I've just been doing a stupid amount of fucking builds in here. So it's usually really nice and organized in here, and then I got fucking swamped when people started realizing I'm building these autos. So it might look like a mess to you. I don't give a fuck. But keep your dick in a vice. I didn't mean to make this video drag out as long as it is, but I keep coming across some useful information. So it's the same valve body that we were just vacuum testing. It's just 20 minutes later. So we got our... every one of these little plates have been flat sanded perfectly. This plate, all the plates and housings, like this, your part throttle body right here, perfectly flat sanded on that side. And then what I'll do is I'll take some precision whetstones from Norton, and I'll go and I'll flatten these parts of the valve body. It's hard to see right now, but that'll be flat. It's all gonna be fucking flat, right? That's critical, because if you have cross leaks, you're gonna have cross leaks, and nothing's gonna seal right. So anyway, when you're putting in your rooster comb, well, I'm just trying to get a visual for you guys to illustrate some of the Transgo instructions. They give you this little golden tool called a mumble peg. You position that tool like that, and then you can fucking you pretty much just... Oh, also really important, if you're using the Transgo manual valve, you'll see in the instructions that they tell you, they show you in the instructions exactly where this manual valve needs to be positioned when it's in fucking like right here. But anyway, if this arm is bent a little too far that way or this way, it could drag the forward clutches while you're in park. You'll smoke the transmission almost instantly. You won't even get 10 miles on it if this little shit right here isn't indexed right. Sometimes I'll just use the stock valve, but I like just using the new one. It's whatever. Another critical thing, if you're gonna want to put a Sonic's pressure regulator valve in here, like the big PR valve, don't get their... Well, just let's say you have the Sonic's line pressure fucking Sonic's makes a line to lube PR valve for these. If you're gonna install the PR valve, don't install the shims and spacer that come with the Transgo kit, because then you have double line to lube function, and you're losing pretty much you're losing pump volume like that, because Sonic's PR valve has the line to lube built into it. The Transgo kit gives you a shim and a little fucking washer that also gives you line to lube, because the outer washer lets the PR valve come out a little bit before it hits the spring. It's hard to see now, but pretty much there's a washer right there. Not right there, but fucking I zoomed in too much. Damn it. You'll see the big spring right there, and there's a washer that the spring's resting on. I don't know why it's being erratic. Fucking ATF on my screen. But yeah, anyway, don't use the Sonic's line to lube PR valve with these damn washers, because then you're sacrificing pump volume. Always install the thicker boost valve retaining clip. It's most of this common fucking sense. I'm assuming you guys have common sense. I mean, the audience that's gonna be viewing this are gonna be DIY guys that just might need just a little kick in the ass, visual wise, to see what the hell you got to do, because not everyone can read instructions, very well and understand them. So that's why you got me. I'm your fucking guy. Now, I only know enough to be dangerous. I don't know everything. There's other guys like John Muldoon, Joe Prather, the Doreen McDonald guy on there. You'll get all these guys on these pages that know a lot more than me. I'm really good at absorbing the shit that they're saying, and I learn real quick. So anyway, you got your mumble peg in there. We're gonna fucking get our kickdown valve thing right there. You gotta simultaneously line this shit up, and then you're just gonna press down. Hang on. So we're gonna line that fucker up. Mumble peg's still under there, and then you're just gonna really quickly, while everything's lined up, press down, just like that, baby. And then you're gonna shift it down to park, and we're gonna fish that little fucking peg out of there, which usually it works a lot easier if I'm not recording. Yeah, so get that little son of a bitch out of there. Jesus, cocksucker. Get in there. You're gonna get our washer and our I believe this is a 5/16 E clip, C clip, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Jesus clip. New seal here. Washer. And this is also going to be fucking hard. My fingers hurt, guys. That's why I'm dropping shit. My fingers hurt. Well, now your back's going to hurt. Because you just pulled landscaping duty. Ooh. Okay, so we got that fucker on there. If you got a little bit of play in this son of a bitch, you're going to want to check for play like... if you got a lot of play, side-to-side play here, you're going to want to install the fucking... they call it a detent bullet. But the detent bolt they sent me was like not even machined close to right. So I just went back to the stock setup. Now, like when these get really worn, you'll see that whole ball just going doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. You don't want that because on 03 Plus trucks, they the cluster relies on the position of this to be really precise. Otherwise, you won't get, it won't start, etc., miscellaneous. Oh, no matter what, make sure the clearance between this stop right here and your force spool switch valve is at least 350 thousandths of an inch. 0.350 through 0.400. You will get the most optimal TCC apply that way. If it's not, if it like this one, I had to grind down a lot. That this peg right here, if you can, you can't even fucking see, but I had to take a good 40 thou off it because it was only measuring out to about 260 thou, whatever. So that won't let the force spool switch valve cycle like it should. You can see this 85 thou hole I drill right here. That gives you a little bit firmer TCC lockup, which is fine. You got all these pansies on here. Oh, you're gonna break an input shaft. Not if you got a good one. Like we run good shit around here. 35 spline, my guy. Like this, I price my transmission builds out stage 1, 2, and 3. Stage 1's 475 horse. Stage 2's 800 horse. Stage 3 is 1500 plus. Like I don't bother. Like some companies will like do the billet input, billet intermediate, but they don't want to do a billet output. Nah, we do 29 spline fucking on stage 2s and stage 3s. Like we do all the good shit. That way I can make the transmission a little bit more aggressive and perform a lot better, instead of making it like a little softer, so I can profit $800 and not give the customer a good shaft that he needs technically. Like a lot of companies do that. They'll leave some critical shit out, like TCS direct drum. You can't go to Fire Punk and get a trans with that in it. I'll tell you that right now. You could go get a Comp 3. I bet you it'll have just a regular 48 drum. Not dogging on Fire Punk. I'm just saying. I do a lot of extra shit like billet fucking direct drum piston retainer. A lot of little stupid shit. Billet pump gears. Fucking Sonic's extreme duty intermediates. You got guys that do this shit, but I don't think they do. Like they don't do all this shit. Like a lot of guys will just reuse your stock forward drum. They just nickel and dime it wherever they can so they can profit their business more, which I don't blame them, but I'd rather make a little bit less profit and give my customer a better fucking product, because that's how you get your word of mouth out there. That's a valve body that I got. This off one of my R&D trucks. One of my buddies has that we're just testing some different shit out with. And then we just got, just pile of fucking tools everywhere and shit. But yeah, wanted to show you guys that. A couple things to check. I'm trying to think what else. When all these valve body bolts that you see here, these T25s, they all got to be 40 inch-pounds. Now, when you're doing these, your PT body right here, your part throttle body, you got like minimal thread engagement on these 3 right here. Be ultra careful when you're torquing these. I usually go to 30 inch-pounds on these and then to 35 on these 3, because just the slightest bump on the fucking ratchet and you're stripping those out. Sometimes like I'll have to like cut the little washers off of these bolts to get a little bit more thread engagement, but if you strip those fuckers out, man, you're gonna have all sorts of fucking weird issues if this thing's not sealing right. If your PT body, part throttle body. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah. So on 47 48s, the clearance from this bolt head to this bracket right here, 0.905, 905 thousandths. If it's not like that, you're going to get TTVA motor codes, whatever. TV cable trucks, you're not really going to notice a big difference, but the pressure regulator valve setting, TFRE Pro kit, they recommend you just leave the fucker at flush. You see, I usually go flush and then I'll do like a turn and a half. This one right now is just about a turn past flush. They say specifically not to even just to leave this at flush, but I always have, like, the past 3 I've done, it's been a little bit low on pressure, so I just bumped the little fucker up a little bit. Bump that little fucker up a notch. What else am I forgetting to tell y'all? GPZ clutches. Don't use none of that fucking other bullshit. I mean, you can use Borg warners if you want. Early style filters. DPC converters. Unrivaled diesel through 3,500 plus horsepower through just a regular triple disc DPC converter. That's why I run DPC converters. Now, I'll start running Gorin converters when I see their converter hold 3,500 horsepower. Lavon Miller at Firepunk has won every fucking UCC diesel power challenge back to back, all using DPC converters. Now, whenever Lavon starts using Gorin, I'll use Gorin. But currently, just because a bunch of motherfuckers on the internet say, "Oh, get a Gorin converter," that doesn't mean shit. Once I start seeing Gorin converters holding up big power, then I'll start using them. They might be a good company, I don't know. But I know DPC holds 3,500 horsepower, so when I'm putting that converter in a 1,000 horsepower truck, it should last a long time. So, it's little shit like that. Don't, just because people on the fuck take it with a grain of salt, because what the fuck do they know half the time? Unless it's like certain guys. But certain guys are also bought and paid for. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, get a Gorin converter," because they sell a lot of them. Well, the thing is, you get a lot of guys with like 600 horsepower trucks that run Gorin converters. You know, they don't make enough power to hurt them, but they're working really well because it's, you know, right in the sweet spot. But lately, I have been seeing like Gorin's got some badass shit out, but I don't have problems with the DPC shit. Never have. I don't need to have a reason to switch. It's a nice aggressive converter. Gorin dampens their converters to make it a little bit softer apply. I like these are aggressive units that I build. You know, like these units, you pretty much just let your dick hang with one of these built 48s that I build. No reason to be a little... You got all billet fucking everything. Why can't you have it a little bit firmer shifts? That's the way I look at it. Like, the guys that are like, "Oh, it shifts too firm. Blah, 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 blah." Go get your Prius and shut the fuck up. Like, like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, anyway, pardon my language. If you don't like me saying the Lord's name in vain, I don't know why that bothers you so much, but I get a lot of people bitching at me about that. Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up.